Halloween is quickly approaching, and I thought it'd be fun to do some Halloween-y sort of content. I mean, I am only a Halloween-themed character, so I guess that would make sense to do something. When I was younger, I started doing a haunted house in the front yard. I was kind of at that point where it's like trick-or-treating wasn't really that fun for me anymore. I kind of wanted to be the guy who decorates the house and puts on the crazy show. I wanted to upgrade to the next level. I wanted to take my Halloween game to the next degree of insanity. I think this kind of started in 2003, actually, when I was Jason for Halloween, just like your typical cheap hockey mask. But half the night I went trick-or-treating, and then I kind of got tired with it. It's like, you know, I'm just going to go back home, and I'm just going to hide and scare people. And then 2004, I was Leatherface. I was very tiny Leatherface, but I was Leatherface nonetheless. I had a live chainsaw. That year I didn't trick-or-treat at all. We just decorated the front yard with lots of strobe lights and crazy things and just ran around trying to scare people, and it was fun. But 2005 marks the first official year that I did a haunted house. You know, this being like a structure where you actually walk along a path and you enter one end and come out the other. The first year it was done by me and my dad working together to build like this kind of like wooden frame, and then we put black tarp around it just to create a small building. It was made up of 4 different little rooms. If I remember correctly, the first little room you go in, there's like a window, there was like a middle section in the building you could hide, and we had a window you could like pop out and scare people like, ah! My dad, I had him dressed up like Ghostface, and he was in that first one. I think I was in the second room. I was dressed like Pinhead that year. I had a strobe light, and I was sitting in a chair with my puzzle box, and I had a big Pinhead mask. And I would just like stand up when people came in. You know, it was pretty spooky. You know, in the next room, my friend was dressed like Leatherface. We had like a little table set up with like body parts. There was even a dummy of Grandpa. We didn't have the live chainsaw because it was in an enclosed space, so we had a prop chainsaw. It still made noise. It was good. And then another friend dressed like Chucky in the last room, and he really got in the character. He did a really good job, just like doing the crazy kind of laugh. And we gave him like one of those like giant plastic knives to kind of like make him look smaller. Fortunately, I did not get any video of this haunted house. I just didn't think to get video of these things until years later. There are some pictures of the outside, so without further ado, here's a quick slideshow just showing, you know, what the outside of it looked like. Now that first year was a big success. The whole neighborhood pretty much loved it. So naturally, we were going to do it again next year, but we couldn't do the whole like build a structure in the front yard. It just seemed a little impractical. So we decided to just move it over into the garage. You know, same thing, but just simplified, and we also have more room to work with. For 2006 and 2007, that's what we would proceed to do. I have zero documentation of these ones. I didn't get any video until 2008, so instead we're going to skip ahead to 2008, which I do have some video of that one, but it's really bad video. I just wasn't in the mindset of like getting like great detailed video of everything. I did just like a quick glance over of everything. I must have been in a huge hurry. It's really bad video. So I will once again sort of describe sort of what the attraction was like that year. I'm calling it an attraction. It's in our front yard. But I recall there being a mad scientist room. I think I had one of my friends was dressed in a mad scientist costume with a drill. I know there was a Sweeney Todd room. You'll see in the video there's a dummy with like, you squeeze a pump and blood comes out of his neck. So my brother-in-law was dressed like Sweeney Todd, and he would like cut the dummy's neck and then squeeze the pump and the blood would come out. Oh, what else? I think there was a zombie room. Somebody was dressed like a zombie, just with very basic makeup. I'm just giving you an idea so when you see the scenes, there's no footage of the actors, but there's footage of the rooms in the haunt. And then I was dressed like the Heath Ledger Joker, leading people through. This is the first year where I was like, I'm gonna lead people through as like a tour guide. We couldn't trust people to just walk through. There's too many issues the past years. But people like stopping and trying to talk to the actors, and like they didn't get that you need to move. You can't just hang out here. So that's the gist of 2008. I'll just cut to the footage I have. It's not great, but you might get the gist. After that, we got the 2009 haunt. One of the few haunted houses where I actually did a theme to it. And it was a freak show theme. So I was dressed up like a carnival barker kind of character and leading people through. This is the first year I actually got good video. So I don't really need to tell you everything. You can just watch what I got.
Not always. Be once good, then master. Make me monster!
I tried not smoking and then I started hacking up the spliff and not smoking after about 4 hours. That was, when you stop, I did quit 3 days about 2 months ago.
34 hours.
I mean,
Mindy threatened to leave me.
Actually, I told Zach, I was like, if you don't go buy some cigarettes, I'm going to stay with my mom. I can't take it.
I guess you could probably smoke less.
Oh yeah, it's a narcotic combo. Citric acid in it?
No, the only thing electrolyte is but it's not sweating a lot. That's what that's for.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and ghouls, step right up to enter into the freak show. Right here in our first exhibit, we have dead, deformed babies in jars. You may have noticed this one is empty right now. Seems to be that the little booger unscrewed the lid and escaped. When this happens, these things usually grow to a ginormous size. The only reason I'm mentioning this right now is because there's one right over here. In our next exhibit, we have the Frankenstein monster. A man stitched together out of dead body parts. All we have to do to give him life is pull this lever, and he will jump up in a jolt. And here in our next exhibit, we have the human pincushion. This man is able to stick all kinds of spikes, piercings, and needles into his flesh without feeling an ounce of pain. Unfortunately, if you look over here, some people just take it a bit too far.
I'm sure he didn't. I'm sure he didn't. Yeah, he made it clear enough. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were going to try to talk about it. Oh, well, take a gold, sign the charter, then leave if you don't want to stay. I mean, that's what I told people when I started my gig.
Thanks for viewing the freak show. So those are some of the early years for the haunted house in the 2000s, I guess. So I'm going to end this video about now, and we'll do a part 2 and a part 3 as we explore the 2010s. Thanks for watching, I guess. I'll see you in the next one.
It's a shame you don't appreciate my hospitality.